On to On the Job, where we meet overseas students who finished school and started careers in Japan. Today, we'll catch up with a Syrian who's working with the stars.
مرحبا يا شباب، أنا ألكسندر عادلي. أرسل لكم سلامات سورية من اليابان.
Today's featured graduate is a graduate of the University of the Ryukyus in Okinawa. Alexander is employed at one of the most famous planetarium manufacturers on the planet, Ohira Tech. The company invented a machine called Megastar that projects more than 1 million stars. As a salesman and as an engineer, Alex is involved in bringing the universe down to Earth.
Developing is very attracting too. What we do is show the correct star in the correct time, in the correct position, how to make things nicely presented.
Alex and his wife have lived in Japan for 6 years now. He's a man who performs his job with intensity, and that's helping the company go places. Japan isn't a place that most people in Syria know much about. It's far away and far removed from their everyday lives. But something about Japan got Alex's attention.
My father visited Japan for a short period and he was keep telling me different stories about Japan. So I had a dream of going to Japan one day, and actually when I finished school even I went to the Japanese embassy and said I want to study in Japan. They said we don't have programs for the university students, but if you go study and finish, we have some graduate programs, and this is what I did actually.
He searched for a Japanese professor who could teach him music and computer technology. He found one at the University of the Ryukyus. So he and his wife headed for Okinawa.
At that time I didn't know his place, so I took the Japan's map and scanned it from Hokkaido to Kyushu and didn't find any Okinawa. Yeah, it turned out there are some other islands. And I'm very happy because I think if there is a paradise on earth, that is Okinawa.
Alex enjoyed studying in Okinawa. It was there he had an encounter that would change his life.
Initially I didn't have plans to stay in Japan after studies, but I saw the planetarium show of Ohira Tech with the Megastar in Okinawa. And I thought, well, that's it. Let me apply here, and if it's not, then it's not.
He made another quick decision. He'd apply for a job in Japan with a company that could keep him in touch with the world of galaxies.
My colleague keeps saying she feels satisfaction when she sees someone crying, but somehow I never feel satisfaction, and it's like a mountain. You climb and there is more and there is more and there is more, and it looked to me endless.
Alex is not the kind of guy to get by with just good enough.
彼も言いたいことを結構言いますし、頑固なので、僕らも結構そうなので、そういう意見出し合っていいものができているのかなっていうのをとても感じます。
His colleagues say Alex spurs them on to accept greater challenges and ever more difficult tasks.
アレックスさんが日本に来るって言った時どう思いました？
アレックスと結婚したい、住んでいたいから、どこの国で住んでいていいと思う。
いい奥さんを持ってますね。
よく探したんですね。For me, it's probably not a goal itself. I rather take the way. When the present is good, it must be leading to something also. good. Well, not in all cases, but when I'm old, I'm going to tell other people whether it was a good way of doing things or not.
Alexander Adley, a man who's always reaching for the stars.